Being here back at the Fantasy Bar, sixth place for you for week 17 over on Yahoo, including some guys in the mid-range, guys I think are underpriced, a value play at the tight end position, a quarterback receiver pairing I'm locking in, and of course, my favorite play of the week. Who we talking about? Belly up to the Fantasy Barn. Find out. Welcome in, guys. Week 17 edition Beers Daily Fantasy Six-Pack. Talking some Yahoo here with six of my favorite plays. Thank you, as always, for stopping by and checking out the video. Now, before we get into the plays, make sure, if you're on YouTube, you're clicking that thumbs up button. If you enjoy the video, that's the tip jar here in the Fantasy Bar. So thank you for that. Subscribe to the channel. Get notified when these videos are coming out. Every FanDuel DraftKings video already out. Sports betting videos each and every week. And if you're an NBA player, we're doing those videos as well. So hit that subscribe button, get notified when these videos get released. Special offer for you guys over on Yahoo. Take advantage of some of this overlay. Again, the $1 million baller contest, giving away tons of free money here. Make sure you guys are taking advantage of that here over on Yahoo. Special offer for you below. Click that link in the description of the video. Also, if you're into sports betting, head over to scoresandodds.com/beer. That link also in the description. Tons of information over there. History, trends, analytics, all the numbers you need to make an informed decision on your bets, and premium picks from some of your favorite RotoGrinders personalities, myself included, giving you some of my favorite NFL bets each and every week. Check it out today. Scoresandodds.com/beer. Again, that link right below me in the description of the video. All right, enough with the housekeeping. Let's get into the plays here for week 17. We got a ton of games on the main slate. We've narrowed it down to six of my favorite plays. Let's start at the wide receiver position with A.J. Brown of the Titans. Now, Brown pricey here, but there is some value to make this possible. I'm paying the number here on A.J. Brown. We saw this guy return and look absolutely dominant in that last game. 11 catches in that one, 16 targets, and I think we could see a similar number here this week. We have Julio Jones, Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, both probably out for the Titans this week on the COVID list. So it's going to leave that pass catching core pretty thin behind A.J. Brown. Guys like Chester Rogers are going to have to step up and fill the bill. That's going to lead to a ton of targets here for A.J. Brown in a big game against the Miami Dolphins coming in on a roll. But Miami has really struggled with this position. As good as their defense has been recently, wide receiver has been their Achilles heel. We're talking bottom 10 on the season in receptions allowed, receiving yards allowed, and of course, fantasy points allowed. We're back to the well here. Another big game coming for A.J. Brown. All right, let's go to the tight end position with some value here. We're going back to the well on Foster Moreau of the Raiders, $14. So Darren Waller was an interesting day yesterday. Was heading towards a return, then was placed on the COVID list. About 5 minutes later, officially placed on IR. So he is done for the season, opening the door here for more of Foster Moreau, who's gotten better and better here each and every week. Haven't had any smash games yet, but 66 receiving yards per game over the last two, 11 catches during that time. So starting to get more and more involved in this offense as teams focus on taking Hunter Renfrow away. And there's not a lot else there for the Raiders. Sure, Zay Jones has been a story. Deshaun Jackson gets his catches here and there, but Foster Moreau could be a guy that they utilize here in this matchup with the Colts. Surprisingly, as good as Indy's defense has been, they have struggled big time against the tight end position. In fact, most receptions allowed in the entire NFL, most receiving yards allowed to this position as well. Foster Moreau, great way to save some money here in a matchup they're likely throwing a lot. They're underdogs in this game. Too cheap here on Yahoo at just $14. All right, let's go to the running back position here. This one may be controversial, but I'm going with the returning DAndre Swift of the Lions this week in Seattle. Don't know a lot of people out there take the I'm going to wait and see approach or worried about DAndre Swift. What's his workload going to look like in this game? Certainly something we got to keep an eye on and watch the tea leaves here in Detroit. But in Campbell saying all the right things here, I think they do acclimate this guy back into the offense, and I want him back in my daily fantasy lineups here, especially on Yahoo, under $30. This guy has been a monster when he has been on the field. 7 games already of 15 or more Yahoo points. 4 of those games, he's eclipsed 20 Yahoo points. And Seattle, great matchup for running backs here, especially pass-catching running backs, which certainly fits the bill here with DAndre Swift. Most receptions allowed, most receiving yards allowed, and of course, fantasy points allowed as well. Bottom 5 are the Seattle Seahawks. Weather could be an issue in this game as well. Could lean a little bit more run heavy here. And we'll see who the quarterback is for Detroit. If Jared Goff's able to return, I'm fine with it. Obviously, if it's once again Tim Boyle, I think they lean on the run a little bit more here. So either way you slice it, DAndre Swift, to me, a great play this week in Seattle at $28. All right, to the wide receiver position, we're going to roll with Dallas's CeeDee Lamb against the Arizona Cardinals. So we talk a lot about recency bias here, the masses out there, the average Joe. What are they going to do here in this game? I think they're going to look at CeeDee Lamb, and I think they're going to hesitate. A couple down games here of late, has not put a big game on the board. We also have Amari Cooper came out, said, I want the ball more. I want the ball in the red zone. They came out and made a concerted effort to get him the ball. He is also cheaper. So I think you're going to see a lot of people flock back to Amari Cooper. And I like all of these Dallas receivers, but if I can get an ownership edge here on CeeDee Lamb, who we know has massive upside, big playability every time he touches the ball, I certainly want to take advantage of it here this week. This matchup, very good for wide receivers. This Arizona defense been solid overall, but receivers have certainly given them fits this year. 6th most fantasy points allowed on the year, and it's been even worse here over the last month. 2nd most fantasy points. This team is struggling. Dallas, generally a monster at home here, and CeeDee Lamb is in for a bounce back game here against these Arizona Cardinals. All right, we like CeeDee Lamb. That's right. Means we like his quarterback as well. We're rolling Dak Prescott this week, $32. Now, we mentioned how good Dallas has been at home. Dak Prescott has been absolutely locked in at home. We know that he plays so much better here in his home stadium, averaging over 24 Yahoo points a game at home, and has put at least 3 touchdowns on the board, through the air, on the ground in 5 of his last 7 games at home. Arizona, again, the defense been solid this season, especially against quarterbacks, but the struggles of late, we mentioned it with CeeDee Lamb, they've also struggled against quarterbacks, which makes sense here. 7th most fantasy points allowed over the last month. This team is just on a downward spiral. I know they backed into the playoffs here, but I think Dallas punches them in the mouth here. Love the double stacks as well. Don't hate Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup. A lot of ways that you can go with this Dallas team. Dak Prescott, the anchor here, and just $32, in my opinion, way too cheap here this week on Yahoo. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play for week 17 on Yahoo. Before we do that, we want to continue our Beast of the Week contest. Free to play, easy to play. A thank you to you guys for hanging out here in the fantasy bar, checking out the video. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. All you got to do, get in the comment section right below the video and guess fantasy points on Yahoo for my favorite play of the week. The closest guess is going to win themselves a free RotoGrinders t-shirt. That's right, we'll send it right to your doorstep. Soft, comfortable, rock that RG logo everywhere you go. So without further ado, let's wrap this baby up. My favorite play for week 17, you know, Matt's the Beast of the Week. All right, Beast, time we owe you one more running back here. We're going to go under $25 once again with Damien Harris of the Patriots, this week's Beast of the Week. So obviously a smash spot here for the Patriots, for Damien Harris. I know Ramondre Stevenson is back in that lineup. I do think he'll get some work here as well, but 15.5-point favorites. I think there's enough here for both of these guys to get going here. I think Harris going to get going early and often against this Jacksonville team. We're talking 15.5-point favorites here at home for the New England Patriots. Harris been a touchdown monster, scoring in 8 of his last 9 games, 11 total touchdowns over that time frame. So even if Stevenson is working in, it seems that Harris is the preferred option around the goal line. Their projected total is almost 29 in this game. Gonna think they're gonna run the ball a ton here. Jacksonville, 6th most rushing touchdowns allowed, which fits our narrative here with Damien Harris scoring touchdowns. Just too cheap with $22. Don't let Stevenson being back affect your thought process here. Harris going to tear through this defense here, calling for multiple touchdowns in the spot for Damien Harris, making him easily my favorite play on the board in this week's Beast of the Week. All right, guys, that'll do it for week 17 here with 6 of my favorite plays on Yahoo. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the picks, the analysis, and the video. If you have any comments, questions, feedback, please hit me up in that comment section right below the video. Don't forget, fantasy points on Yahoo for Damien Harris for your shot at a free RotoGrinders t-shirt. And let me know who your favorite play of the week is. Who's your Beast of the Week? Sound off in that comment section below. Remember, special offer for you on Yahoo. Take advantage of that overlay. Tons of money given away. Absolutely free by Yahoo. Just don't see that anymore. Take advantage while you still can. So click that link in the description. Also, scoresandodds.com/beer. Tons of sports betting information over there. Promise you, you're going to like what you see. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut. Best of luck here this week on Yahoo. Make sure you're checking out my FanDuel DraftKings video as well, and 2 of my favorite sports bets in my Pints and Picks videos hit that subscribe button, get notified when those videos are coming out. Best of luck once again, everybody. Happy New Year to everybody out there. Good luck on Yahoo this week. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist.